Okay, hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for our presentation today. My name is Yun Chen from the University of Salford, UK. Together with my colleague Kate, I hope she will be somewhere, on the screen. We are going to present an ongoing teaching innovation project to explore the transformative potential of generative AI assisted lifelong innovation, lifelong studies for the higher education students. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we will present a case study conducted at the Salford Business School to integrate the generative AI in the coding curriculums for the business students. So we will start with the rationale and the motivations behind our project. And moving forward, we will explain how the generative AI activities has been designed based on the inquiry-based learning approach. And finally, we will share our preliminary insights derived from this ongoing project, including the feedback and the questionnaire results we have received so far. Okay, so why we decided to start this teaching innovation project? Because based on our observations as a lecturer in digital business over years, we have witnessed a substantial increased demand of the digital skills among the business students, such as website development, mobile app development, data analysis and visualizations for the informed business decision making, etc., etc. However, there are various obstacles of the effective acquisitions of these skills for the business student, such as they have a very limited and intensive study time, and is normally have the different focus of the academic programs, like more kind of business oriented instead of the digital skills. And also, the business students normally have, lack of foundational gap in the stats and the math knowledge, which is more required for digital skills like coding. So, alongside with the growth of the generative AI, we began exploring its potentials as a facilitators to motivate business students learning of the digital skills like coding. So this led us to initiate our dialogue with the students to gauge their perspectives on both coding and generative AI early this year. The feedback revealed that a majority of the students recognize the utility and the importance of the codings in business studies. Furthermore, almost all the students expressed an interest in generative AI, accommodate with concerns regarding the implications of the generative AI in higher education. So this informed kind of survey served as our kind of fundamental step in understanding the students' kind of perspective, attitudes, and also paving our way to start the project to address these challenges. This is why actually we started this project from September this year with the three main aims, as you can see from this slide. So we want to motivate the lifelong digital literacy development for the business students. And we want to develop and optimize the generative AI assisted teaching pathways and hopefully to contribute to the generative AI adoption in the higher education teaching and learning. So in order to do this, we have selected two pilot modules running in trimester 1 of this academic year to embed the generative AI into the teaching and learning. As you can see from the slides, we choose one undergraduate module and one postgraduate module, and both modules are sitting in the digital business programs. So at the undergraduate level, 5, we integrate generated AI into the web app development modules, and where the students actually engaged with the image generators such as DALL-E 3, Adobe Firefly, and Dream Studio, and also with code generators like Cursor and Ardi. Meanwhile, at the postgraduate level, we used a module called the Information Systems and Digital Transformation, So students explore the text generation and debugging through the in cooperation of the ChatGPT. So hopefully this pilot module serve as a dynamic explorations into the synergy between the traditional curriculum and the cutting edge generative AI text. On the other layer, to support the students' development of the lifelong learning skills, we have embraced query-based learning approaches in both in-class and after-class activities within our curriculums. This approach encourages the students to actively explore and solve the problems by themselves. And also by adopting the prompt engineering knowledge they learned in the class, the approach can encourage the student to delve deeper into the subject matter to foster a mindset of continuous curiosity of the study. And as an integral part of our pedagogic strategy, these initiatives are also reflected as part of their assignments, creating a connections between the in-class activities, reflections, their study journey, and hopefully to support the development of their lifelong learning skills. So the design adheres to the soft system approach, as you can see from this diagram, to provide the students with opportunity to learn and practice their knowledge within the class, and then extend the applications beyond the classroom. So this process is iterative by the continuous review and reflections based on the query-based learning. So our hope is to instill a lifelong commitment to learning and encourage students to consistently review, reflect, and apply their knowledge in the diverse context. So I'm handing that over to my colleague Kate to discuss further about the activities and the feedback received so far from these two modules. So Kate, over to you.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Hi, so this is Kate. So the first part of the module, I said before, is the web app development. So for this module, basically, it can be divided into two different sections. So first will be the web-related coding, and then more focus on user experience and user interface design. This is a bit different for business school students compared to the computer science students, and therefore they also require them to have pay more attention on this kind of user journey design and think more about how you can convert that as a product and applications. And therefore, the time for them to learn coding, especially include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript theory language in a short time, is quite challenging. And therefore, in this one, we try to get the students to try on image generator for multimedia content, which is crucial for web app development. Specifically, as mentioned before, the Stella 3, Adobe Firefly, and it's a Bing Chat. It's a Dream Studio. And then apart from that, also get them to try code generator for effective web framework design. And we want them to know that apart from ChatGPT, which is the most popular one, there are also other kind of generative AI generators designed for different purposes. Also try to inspire them, see themselves as a business students, how they can apply this generative AI as a technology for business innovation, and to get them to see the power as well, and embedded them into the assignment to try to motivate them to try these tools, and also encourage them to learn coding with these tools as well. So the evaluation on this learning process is going to be with a reflective writing with portfolio. So this portfolio they're going to have to discuss in their experience how they feel has been assisted them to do this kind of coding learning for web design specifically, with across different generative AI assisted tools as well. And they also need to have a discussion on the ethical issue with generative AI technologies. Next slide, please. So the second parallel module, as you can see the name, Information System on Digital and Digital Transformation. So this module, as you can see, it talk about digital and information system, but it's cover more focus on the theory thing, information system theory, and digital transformation strategy. So more focus on this kind of theory learning and strategy learning. So time is quite limited for this one. So we'll only cover a business analysis related coding, which is quite popular at the moment if you check the job market. So in this one, the generative AI assisted content is only focused on code generation. We divide into 3 sections: code generation, code debugging, and code explanation. And again, we try to evaluate this through a reflective blog. We try to get students, again, experience first and try to inspire them as well, even if coding is not the way for you, but for yourself, see yourself as an entrepreneur, how you can use this as a technology for business innovation. Next slide, please. So to start this research, we start with a pre-module questionnaire. As per sessions before, we can see there's some interest on coding for business students, which is the initial motivation for this research. But we try to get a proper pre-module questionnaire before we start to design how we're actually going to deliver the content. So we try to understand what's the student's coding background first, so we can know what kind of, how much we need to cover for the fundamental concepts, so they know, like variables, libraries, data types, so they know we know how much they can know before, so they can start learning. I also want to know that their expectation on coding learning as well, how challenging they find it to be. We'll try to design it specific for business students. It's going to be quite different compared to computer science students, obviously. And then also we want to know students' perception of generative AI tools. This is going to be start from the module content itself, coding learning, or other generator tools for the assignment task, and also to some other future ethical concern discussions and some business innovation again. And in this process, as this is still ongoing research, with the post-module questionnaire, as we want to know their background, we try to adjust the session content for them to make sure they get ready and try to reassure them this is something they can do in the module learning. And also we want them to continue adopt this methodology post the session, prepare for them. And we're going to evaluate at the end of this two module pilots. And so the assignment due date will be on the 15th of December. Therefore, we're going to host a post-module questionnaire after the due date. And also we're going to hold a focus group workshop to gather discussion with the students, so we have a better idea. But at the moment, we also already have a just after session informal discussion with students, and we got some quite good feedback already. And they do showing their willingness to continue using this methodology to support their own learning. Okay, next slide, please. As you can see, this is one of the pilot module web app development. So obviously, this is not the entire questionnaire, but we're trying to say, this is showing as a motivation why we want to continue this. As I can say, half of them clearly they have coding learned before, but still you can say the majority of them believe coding is an important skills, and they believe generative AI could be, useful for self-learning and could making coding practice easier. And next slide, please. So similar to the other module, we got quite close result as well. Although these two modules are quite different because one is a level 5 undergraduate students, and the other one is a master module, some of the students have working experience already, and they still quite strongly believe coding skill for business students is quite useful as well. Okay, next one, please. And in the meantime, we also want to make sure the ethical issue has been covered for the module. And also we want to make sure the student understand you always need to check the ethical issue, and it's for the sake of digital transformation as well, for the business purpose. So we try to get them to discuss and get this cloud map, as you can see, the what map, sorry, as you can see here. And they do mention that there's a critical thinking that worry that about overusing generative AI tools could affect their critical thinking skills, and the worry is going to be make the students to be lazy, and it could be a plagiarism issue, as some of the keynote mentioned before. ChatGPT, for example, sometimes does give fake reference, right, and citation list, and we've shared these, example to students already. Make sure they use it in an ethical way. We want to make sure they use it, follow the proper academic practice. Okay, next slide, please.
1 minute.
Yeah, I'll finish in 1 minute. Right. So as you can see, we've done the pre-module questionnaires, and the future work very close to close out the project will be a post-module questionnaire. We're going to compare. So the question is designed to make sure we can compare how the students, their experience change, how they actually learning from this process. Okay, and we'll try to get some insights from this as well through the reflection assignment task for them. And the workshop will be hosted to discuss this by middle December as well. And also we'll try to see how we can bring this methodology, teaching methodology further and putting it into some funding application to support our continuous methodology development. Okay, thank you.